Every great player starts with the first chance. Before the spotlight, before the majors. They walked these fairways. They felt this pressure. The HotelPlanner Tour is where talent becomes belief. The HotelPlanner Tour, where tomorrow's stars begin to shine. Last week, we saw the curtain raised on the new season with the first of 4 co-sanctioned events with the Sunshine Tour in South Africa. Zabula Golf Estate and Spa was the setting for the SDC Open, and it provided a treasured maiden tour title for South African MJ Viljoen.
Viljoen hold this birdie for an emotional win. A victory that was made even more special by doing it in front of his family.
So the race is underway to secure one of 15 available cards for the 2027 DP World Tour season. MJ takes that early #1 spot on the road to Mallorca rankings after his win. A long way to go, but as has been proved in the past, a good start can set you on the way to promotion. And now came the second event of our South African swing, as we travelled 1,500 kilometres south of Zabula to Cape Town for the CIRCA Cape Town Open. Africa's oldest golf club, Royal Cape, would welcome the players to a venue that's held 10 South African Opens and was hosting a HotelPlanner Tour event for the 7th consecutive time. The Par 72 Championship course at Royal Cape would be sure to present a tough challenge for all of the players that teed it up here. Our first day feature group consisted of last week's winner, MJ Viljoen, looking for back-to-back wins to start the year. He was alongside 25-year-old Alex Goff from America, who gained his status this year through Q School and finished inside the top 40 on his debut last week. And completing the trio, a German, fresh off a tied 5th at Zabula and keen to regain his playing rights on the DP World Tour.
I'm Yannick de Bruyne, 26 old from Germany. If I hadn't been on the DP World Tour, I wouldn't know actually if I was good enough, but I kept my card with not like the best category, 24, and even though I missed my card last year, I still feel like I have quite a good feeling of what you need on the DP World Tour, and if I just stick with me and my process, then the chances are even higher than when I always think about, okay, I wanna go to the DP World Tour again. Then it can get into your way, and that's what I feel like is not happening right now. And that's my goal for this year, to just play golf as good as I can.
De Bruyne opened his season last week with a positive high finish and a 13 under par tournament total. And he was looking to carry on that form into his opening round in Cape Town.
I thought I shook off some rust last week, but I obviously didn't, because I didn't feel that comfortable over the ball with so much wind going on, and especially with like a tight course. You don't have that much room for errors. So I felt a bit uncomfortable on the first 9. I stuck with it, and the second 9 were better. So I played under par. That's all I wanted today. And yeah, that's why I'm quite happy.
Well, it was a tough opening 9 holes for De Bruyne at Royal Cape. Playing the back 9 first, a birdie on the 3rd hole, was followed by back-to-back drop shots at his 5th and 6th holes. It saw the 26-year-old out in 1 over par. But things improved at the turn.
On the 10th hole, I hold a putt from like 4 meters for birdie to get back to level. And that actually gave me a good feeling, to be honest. And then on hole number 13, I dropped another one as well from like 7 meters. And when you go under par and there are two par fives left, you know, okay, I'll get the chances as well, especially on hole 16 where the wind is like off the back. So you get a few more chances, you know that. And as soon as the putts start dropping, you know, it's a bit easier, obviously, to keep the score. I feel like there's always a coincidence, like when you feel well off the course, it's way easier to like let a bad shot on the course drop or whatever and just say, okay, it is what it is. And I feel like I really enjoyed myself last week, and obviously Cape Town, one of the best cities I've ever been to. So we're enjoying ourselves here as well. In general, I just feel quite happy, and that's why the not so good shots on the first 9 today didn't really trigger me. And it felt quite easy to shake them off, especially with my caddy. We just laughed about them, and then obviously it turned out to be good. But even if it didn't, I think we still would have just enjoyed ourselves because we have the perspective.
De Bruyne's positivity transitioned to the course as 3 birdies coming home saw the German finish at 2 under par, leaving him to look forward to some well-earned downtime.
We just want to spend time away from the apartment, obviously, to get to know the city, to do activities, which is always, during the tournament days, always a bit tough. But tomorrow we will have a very early tea time, so we will for sure spend some time outside in the afternoon. And I'm always like talking to my friends I'm sharing the Airbnb with, like what we're going to do, but it's probably going to be like the beach or the Table Mountain or whatever, just weather dependent.
Another player with DP World Tour experience found himself at the top of the leaderboard in a 7-way tie. 35-year-old Tom Lewis, a 2-time winner of the Portugal Masters, would be looking to rediscover that sort of form after a disappointing 2025 season that saw him finish 53rd on the Road to Mallorca rankings. And so to Friday, and the second day of the CIRCA Cape Town Open. Talking us through some of the key stories, it's Kit Alexander.
Pablo Areño started the week with a bogey-free 66, and he built on that with a 2 under par front 9. He made this birdie at 11, added another at 12, and parred in for a 68. America's Cannon Claycomb earned his card at qualifying school, and he was the last man in the field. He put together a very tidy 69 in the second round, including 3 birdies and no drop shots, to move to -9.
So I got in late Sunday night, actually. I boarded my flight, got into the tournament when I was on my flight. So kind of just a different perspective that I haven't really had since I've turned pro. And I don't know, you kind of feel like something, it might be meant to be a little bit if you're the last man in the field. So yeah, I've had a little momentum, and yeah, excited just to be playing.
Will Enifer got his second round moving with a birdie following this lovely chip shot at the par 5 fifth. 3 more red numbers and 2 bogeys added up to a 70 to go with his opening 65. 4-time DP World Tour winner Mark Warren had an eventful round. 3 bogeys, an eagle and 3 birdies, with this one dropping at the 7th, and the experienced Scot was at -9. Trevor Fisher Jr. picked up shots at 5 of the first 8 holes. He bogeyed 9 but set up an easy tap-in for birdie with this excellent chip at the 11th. Yannick De Bruyne was 3 under early in the round, but 3 bogeys in a row from the 7th undid that good work. A level par inward half gave him a 72 and a 2 under total.
I had a very good start, actually. I was 3 under through 5, and then I got a bit unlucky and didn't really keep it going. So I hit not the best shots, actually, and then I made a few bogeys. I mean, they can happen on this course, especially when it blows. Because it's quite tight and the greens are not the biggest, so yeah, it let it go a bit. But then made a birdie on 16 to be just in the cut right now, but I don't know if it's enough.
Jason Roots started on the 10th hole and made hay with 3 red numbers in a row from the 14th. The South African added 2 more at 4 and 5, and this par save on the 9th kept his card clean. Fisher Jr. had 2 birdies and 2 bogeys in his final 7 holes. This 2-putt 4-par at the last completed a 67 and put the 46-year-old in pole position for a first win since 2015 at 11 under par.
So a look at the leaderboard heading into the weekend. Our man Yannick De Bruyne did do enough to make the cut, albeit tied 50th. Mark Warren and Pablo Areño are both well placed after finishing in the top 15 last week, but it's an experienced South African who found himself in pole position.
Yeah, it's always nice to obviously win a golf tournament, or even if you become top 5, it's a good goal as well. But I am going to try one for sure. But yeah, if it works out, it will be good. I haven't won for 10 years now, so it's been quite a while. I think I need to set my hand on a trophy again. But yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself. We'll just try and play sort of hole by hole and see what happens on Sunday.
Welcome back to the HotelPlanner Tour. We're in Cape Town for the second event of our 4-week South African swing, co-sanctioned with the Sunshine Tour. Royal Cape Golf Club was host, and at the halfway mark, it was South African Trevor Fisher Jr. who held a narrow one-shot advantage over a field which had a truly international feel to it. And with the leaders raring to go, the hopes of Fisher Jr. rested on a new putter for the week, borrowed from fellow South African and HotelPlanner Tour player Rupert Kaminsky.
This is a baby right here. Hopefully it keeps doing what it's been doing. But yeah, I'm feeling good with it. So yeah, I told Rupert he's not getting it back in a hurry.
Henny Otto is still competing well at 49 years old, and the 3-time DP World Tour winner picked up a birdie at the second after this beautiful approach from the first cut of rough. He had 4 red numbers in a 70. Santiago Tarrio went out in 34 strokes to turn at -10. This birdie at 2 was given straight back at the next hole, but he also took advantage of the 2 par 5s on the front 9, 5 and 7. Cannon Claycomb was embracing his opportunity, but he treaded water somewhat with a Saturday 72. This shot set up one of 5 birdies, but he also recorded a double bogey and 3 bogeys. Overnight leader Trevor Fisher Jr. was looking comfortable on the greens as this birdie putt at the second found the bottom of the cup. He also birdied the 7th in a blemish-free front 9. Will Enifer missed the cut last week, but he was enjoying the weekend in Cape Town. This super shot from the greenside bunker gave him a birdie at 7, and although he bogeyed the next 2, 3 birdies in a row to finish gave him a 70. 2017 Road to Mallorca #1 Tapio Pulkkinen is back on the HotelPlanner Tour and was having a good week. This spinny shot led to one of 4 birdies in a 70 that got the Finn to 11 under par. Pablo Areño made the turn in 1 over, but he kicked himself into action with this cracking approach at 10. That led to 3 birdies in a row, but a bogey at the last meant he was also round in 2 under par. Fisher Jr. was greenside following his tee shot at the short par 4 12th. And bang, he sent out a warning to the rest of the field with a magnificent eagle to increase his lead at 15 under par. Tarrio wasn't letting him get away though, as he notched more birdies at the 11th, 13th, 15th and here at the 17th. The Spaniard also birdied the final hole to come home in 31 and sit at 15 under par. Fisher Jr. got to -16 with a pickup at the par 5 16th, and 2 closing pars completed an excellent bogey-free 67 to maintain his lead.
Yes, a look at the leaderboard on Saturday evening, and 7 shots separated the top 10 players, with the Spanish duo of Pablo Areño and Santiago Tarrio within touching distance of Trevor Fisher Jr., who would head into Sunday's final round 1 shot clear.
This game's not an easy game. A lot of challenges, and I think most pros overthink the game. which I do 100%. So yeah, I think you just got to try find a way to play the game and put a score on the board. So yeah, it's worked so far, and I'll try to put another one in tomorrow.
And so to Sunday morning, as the leading players arrived and warmed up, ready for the final round of the CIRCA Cape Town Open. With the wind expected to pick up as the day progressed, it gave the early starters the opportunity to put the pressure firmly on the leading pack.
Claycomb got the putter going early with this long birdie at the second, but he couldn't build on that as he mixed 3 bogeys in with his 4 birdies to shoot a 1 under par final round. Otto made a great start with a birdie at the first, and it looked for all the world like he would go back to back, but somehow this birdie effort on 2 stayed out of the hole. It was not the start Fisher Jr. was looking for on a blustery final day. Bogeys at 2 and 3 to lose the lead. This chip gave him his first birdie of the day on 5, but he reached the turn in 2 over par. Otto was playing tidy golf and ticking off the pars, and his 4th birdie of the week at the 7th got him to -12. He also completed the set of a birdie every day at the 11th. Enifer made a slow start with drop shots at 2 and 4, but he finished the back 9 with 3 birdies on the bounce to rekindle his challenge. This 30-footer at 11 and another birdie at 12 took him to 14 under. Tario had to find something after closing out his front 9 with 2 bogeys, and he did so in spectacular fashion at the 12th. He so nearly holed his second shot, but the birdie got him back to 15 under par. Pulkkinen was never really able to ignite his title charge, but he did hole this beauty for one of his 3 birdies of the day at the 15th. A bogey at the last saw him finish on -12. Things went from bad to worse for Fisher Jr. as bogeys on 11, 12 and 14 dropped him out of contention. He did convert this birdie on 15, but he parred the last 3 for a disappointing 76. Enifer bogeyed the 14th, but this wonderful wedge shot at the 16th enabled him to birdie that hole for the 4th day in a row and get back to 14 under par. Tario bogeyed 14 and 15, so Enifer was leading by 1. Arenio fought back from 2 drop shots in his first 3 holes. The 22-year-old birdied the par 3 13th and held this at 16 to shoot a level par final round and continue a really positive start to his rookie season. Otto had 5 pars in a row from the 12th, and his 4th birdie of the day at 17 put him in a share at -14. He parred 18 to shoot 68 and set the clubhouse target.
It was tough out there. Luckily that strong wind didn't come actually, but it went up to nearly 4 clubs, 3.5, 4 clubs. But yeah, I made actually 1 good save for the whole day, and number 14, and I think that changed the momentum. And yeah, I let slip 2 holes out there, 12 and I think 16, but might be 1 short, but let's see.
Enifer parred the penultimate hole and couldn't find the birdie he needed on 18 to break the deadlock, so the Englishman joined Otto on 14 under, courtesy of a 69. In the final group, Tario's hopes had all but evaporated with his 3rd bogey in 4 holes on the 17th. But he did chip in wonderfully at his final hole to finish on -13.
So we were still waiting to see who would claim that top prize. Tough afternoon conditions, putting paid to the challenge from Arenio, Tario and overnight leader Fisher Jr. And for the 2nd week running, a playoff would decide the champion. Henny Otto and a confident Will Enifer going head-to-head.
Yeah, feeling good. I've hit the ball pretty solid coming in. Good back 9. It's just downwind. It's just tricky to hold the greens and hold it close. So yeah, hopefully I can put one in pretty close and see if we give ourselves a look.
Enifer found the right-hand rough off the tee, and the 28-year-old produced a superb approach. That lack of spin might have helped him as it hopped up to about 6 feet from the hole, and the gauntlet had been laid down for Otto. The vastly experienced South African was even further right off the tee and had trees to contend with. But he manufactured a clever shot, and he also found the putting surface to set up a chance for birdie. So Otto had the first look, but he never really got it running at the hole. So a huge opportunity for Enifer to seal his first HotelPlanner Tour win. He caressed his putt right into the heart of the hole to claim the title in fantastic style, much to the delight of him, his caddy, and his girlfriend Anna Dawson, who is also a professional golfer. And the celebrations were only just starting.
Obviously, you just take the experience of being out on DP. I feel like I learned a lot from that year and came back and tried to be a little bit more aggressive on this tour. I know how top heavy it is with the points, and you definitely need to win to, just really push on. So, yeah, 15 cards this year is going to be tough, but it's nice to get one done early and, yeah, just keep trying to push on from here.
Well, the early road to Mallorca rankings show last week's winner at Zabula, MJ Viljoen, leading the way. Just ahead of our winner this week, Will Enifer, Yannick de Bruyne slips to 9th spot. Cannon Claycomb took full advantage of his late call-up to the field. He sits tied in 19th alongside David Horsey. Remember, it's the top 15 players that will gain their playing rights on next season's DP World Tour. So halfway through our 4-week stint in South Africa, and Will Enifer is the latest winner of the new HotelPlanner Tour season. Next, it's on to one of the most famous venues of the Rainbow Nation, when Fancourt Golf Estate in George welcomes the players for the NTT Data Pro-Am, as the pursuit of promotion to the DP World Tour continues.